Jeddah. A lovely track that doesn't cause any sort of, well, any sort of chaos. Completely neutral track. Didn't spark any sort of controversy back in 2021 or the date that it got announced. Neither in these days, with how close the walls are, how quick the first sector is, and the whole track looks like a sperm. Definitely a neutral track with a very neutral format today, a sprint format. Definitely that is the most loved format ever created. Bit of sarcasm. So anyways, I'm seeing that my internet is going off a bit, so hopefully my internet won't be going off that much today. So yeah, today it is, as you can see, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Weather, nothing really too, like it will be in a desert, so nothing too crazy. Last round in Bahrain, we had a bit of a smaller grid, but thankfully already we have 15 people in, and there are scheduled to be a little bit more, up to 19. Hopefully we'll see 19. Okay, my internet is back up again, a bit better, seems like it. Seems like it's a bit better now. So anyways, last time out, Cialdino won the Bahrain Grand Prix just in front of Yengaboy in a photo finish, 78 thousandths of a second between them. Poole finishes in third within a second. Then it's Trent in fourth, Cora McDonald in fifth, Drilla sixth, Brader seventh, Fiji eighth. And that's the drivers who actually finished the race. The rest of the drivers who did not finish the race are Fresh, Laurie, Clipsy, Constla, and Alex. Gotta keep a close eye on the flipping stream so that it doesn't actually go off, but it seems like it is still going, because it likes to just go off for me. And on my PlayStation, it doesn't say that the stream is off. So yeah, like on Twitch it says that it is off, but for me it says that it isn't on PlayStation. But when I go on my phone, then it is off. In the driver standings now, of course, VisileBoar and Vampy are still in 1 and 2 formation. The gap between VisileBoar and Poole, since Vampy is in P2 and he's not racing, so we don't really have to look at him that much. VisileBoar in P1 still with 141 points. Poole in third with 51 points behind him. He's got 90 points. Trent in fourth with 85. Clipsy in fifth with 84. So, I mean, Alex and Yengaboy are kinda still in it. Technically, drivers who are still in the championship fight, mathematically, are VisileBoar, Vampy of course, but like I said, he isn't racing. Poole, Trent, Clipsy, Alex, Yengaboy, and Cialdino. Now Poole, like, in this race, if he wants to stay mathematically still in the championship, he doesn't need to do anything. Trent has to get a few points. Well, no, really, but actually, yes. Actually, pretty much everyone needs points from this race. It's to keep the championship alive. But Poole in third with 90 points, Trent in fourth with 85, Clipsy in fifth with 84, Alex sixth with 71, Yengaboy in seventh with 69, nice, and Cialdino in eighth with 61. Now Cialdino would need points from the sprint. The race wins, then he would need to win Saudi, and then the two other races, which are Abu Dhabi, and Qatar. So Qatar final race of the season is so random. So yeah, pretty much Chardinho would need to win every single race, even the sprint race. Yeah, Yenga Boy would need to gain a lot of points. Alex the same. Clipsy not that much. 57 points behind VisileBoar. Trent the same with 56. Pretty much Poole, Trent, and Clipsy don't need to gain that much points, technically. But if they want to maximize their championship chances, which all three of them don't have any, that would be their first championship. They would need to score a lot. And they have the chance because, like I said, VisileBoar is not racing, Vampy is not racing. So they have the chance on the plate. It's not the easiest task at the moment, as they will need to gain quite a lot of points during these 3 final races with a sprint. Alex, Ingaboy, and Chardinho, they had their chances mathematically are still in there, but they're very, very low. And running off the top 10 is Drillan 9th, and Sir Nicholas still in 10th with 30 points. He has been 10th with 30 points for like past few races. But yeah, he has been after Brazil, after Australia, and after Bahrain as well. So he's been very long in that P10, even though he hasn't raced really since. Well, he has raced in Spa, but he didn't score any points. So after Austria, he stayed with those 30 points. Okay, that was a bit too much yapping for the Drivers' Championship. In the constructor standings now, VCarb are still in the lead above McLaren, and they've actually extended their championship lead, as McLaren did not score any sort of points in Bahrain, and VCarb scored 17 points. They are now 42 points clear of McLaren. VCarb 197, almost hitting that 200 mark. McLaren second with 155. Haas in third with 132. Fourth is Williams, 119, jumping in front of both Mercedes and Red Bull, who are in fifth with 115 and 101. Seventh is Aston Martin as well, very good amount of points. Actually, the most amount of points from any team in Bahrain with 36, as we have gone into the one-shot qualifying. Eighth is Alpine in 39. Ninth is Ferrari with 24, and 10th is still Sauber with 15 points. VCarb almost have if McLaren would get 1 and 2 with fastest lap and pole position in a normal race weekend, then there would be only 2 points. 2 points, I believe. No, a little bit more, like 5 points in front of VCarb, which would be a great turnaround, of course, for McLaren. But still VCarb would be still in the championship fight very nicely. So yeah, those were the championships standings. Hello, VisileBoar. If I remembered right, because I still confuse you two. I still confuse you two, Vampy and VisileBoar. Yeah, you are VisileBoar. Who are you? Yeah, brothers. Damn. Oh yeah, I forgot to have my own stream on. I don't do anything in these OSSQs. Yeah, I know, VisileBoar, now that I've looked up your Discord name. So yeah, just have to have the stream ongoing on my phone so that I know when the stream is gone, because for the last 2-3 races now, it's pretty much it has been well, the stream has been crashing for a little bit. My internet is being very lovely, as Dome has retired from the sprint quali. Wave had the quali ban, but I mean, it's kind of weird to. I know, wait, he probably has the race quali ban and not sprint quali ban. I don't know. So yeah, Trent had went first with Clipsy second. This is of course great and the best scenario for Trent, since, well, he's very close. Clipsy now goes up to first. Those two are battling for that first and two positions at the moment. It seems like it. They're very close. Yingaboy going up to second, so maybe he has better straight line speed. But now immediately drops down to third. It seems like Trent is gonna get pole position here in the sprint. Yingaboy is gonna get P2 just on the line, just in front of Clips. Yingaboy seems to have better straight line speed, or maybe just managed his ERS a little bit better, so that he had a bit more ERS usage. But in the end, it is Trent on pole position for the sprint. Yingaboy P2, Clipsy P3, Pole P4. So for these drivers, it is very important to be in that top three. Chodinho 5th, Ollie in 6th, a newcomer to the league. TLW 7th, Laurie 8th, Alamine in 9th, Fiji 10th, Riz 11th, Revit as well, it seems like he's new, 12th, Chesney in 13th, Fresh 14th, Dome in 16th, okay, so P15 doesn't exist, 17th was Dome, and 18th, 8th was gone. Okay, so if it would have been 13th, then it would have been kind of understandable, since it's for some countries and some races type like religion stuff, it is a bit of an unlucky word, but in here it's a bit weird. But yeah, anyways, now for the sprint, we'll see how this will go. Of course, walls are close. We'll see how much chaos there will be, or if there will be any chaos, or is the whole flipping sprint gonna be absolute madness. We will see. We shall see. Just waiting for the fire lights, and we will see into turn 1. That'll be very interesting. Turn 1 isn't that bad, but you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. There's 5 lights out, and we go here in the Sprint Grand Prix. Trent gets a very good start of the line to stay in P1 as of right now. Young up and Clipsy going side by side into turns 1 and 2. Clipsy is on the inside into turn 2. Does he get that better exit? Seems like he's going to get that better exit, and he does get a better exit. The yellow's behind. That is, it looked like Dome, Brothers, and maybe Fresh involved there for something. Laurie has lost a few positions to Fiji and Chesney Riz through turn 4 and into this massive S section, like the flipping turns 4 to 12. And there goes Chesney into a wall contact. I think that was with Wave. On the Fiji gets 10 seconds for gaining 1 position, but Chesney's sprint is done. Fully damaged something, and Revit as well spins on the exit out of 13, and Fresh as well damaged front wing. So 3 cars already, almost like pretty much the races are done for in this race, because Revit has as well a broken front wing, so their race is already done for. Trent still leading, Yingaboy going very wide through turn 22. And then Yingaboy has to defend from Pole. Pole, this is very important to gain as many points as possible for the championship, because of course he doesn't want anyone in behind to overtake him, as he's fighting with Chodinho. Chodinho hits the wall very hard on the exit out of the final corner, which is 27. He could have some small front wing damage. Is he gonna try and overtake Pole? Pole is already, well, he has drained out quite a lot of his ERS, as Almine tried to go for the overtake on TLW, but was nowhere close for the overtake, as Chesney has got a 10-second time penalty and retires in the pits. Alamine is the only one from all the drivers who is on the softs, everyone else on the mediums, so he's going to be very fast in these first couple of laps. Then later on it's going to be going a little bit slower, as Laurie behind has spun it seems like it, through the turns 10 and 11, I think, or was it 8 and 9, the amount of corners in that one sector, or little tiny bit of tarmac, is absolutely ridiculous. So it's kind of impossible to really keep up with all those corner numbers. But Laurie's well, race is pretty much gone as well in the shadow, or in the shadow, in tatters. It is really the case. There's carbon fiber going middle of the track from someone. It could have been Wave. No, it doesn't look like Wave. Riz? No, it doesn't. But someone has broken their front wing, definitely, and it looks like it is TLW who has broken his front wing just before turn 22. Yingaba at the moment fastest lap. It seems like Olibot and Cialdino go side by side into turn 1. Olibot Arabian side. Does he get that move done? Yes, he's still side by side though with Cialdino through turns 1 and 2 and into turn 3 and into turn 4. He's fully in front of Cialdino. What a move by Olibot. Moves up himself up to P5. Probably a bit of a mistake through turns 5. And going into 6, he's almost a second behind Yingabo. He's a bit struggling, it seems like it, in the race pace. Or in this sprint, it seems like it. He's just about within that DRS zone. Of course, DRS is very crucial on this game to have that, because if you don't have the DRS, then it's almost impossible to catch up unless the cars in front are going to fight like absolute madness. 3 wide into turns 1, 2, and 3. And pretty much you're going to gain almost 1.5 seconds on them. Meanwhile, behind CLW is losing plenty of places because of his front wing damage. Does he have more? Yes, he does have more front wing damage. More than we last time saw. Cialdino gets a 3-second time penalty. So both Aston Martins have penalties. But Fiji probably is going to get that 10 seconds off. At least he's going to try to get that. But Cialdino's is not removable unless some odd thing has happened, but TLW's race is pretty much done. Dom's trying to get the switchback on Chimp, but he doesn't get it. Meanwhile, in front, Clipsy goes for the move for the race lead on Trent around the outside into turn 1. A very good move by Clipsy. In the meantime, Cialdino has re-overtaken Olibot, so he's up to P5, Olibot down to P6. TLW in the pits, of course. Alemine. Oh, he was almost going into a wall, but thankfully he managed to turn away from heading into a wall last second, as well. The game a bit shifting him to the right so that he doesn't act like he just misses the wall. Like technically he hits the wall, but or it looks like he hits the wall, but the game just gives him a little bit of a, this time we will let you through, but maybe next time we won't. Sort of stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but the game just moves him a bit to the right, so that's he just misses the wall by going around it. Alemán going very wide through turn 22 and into 23. Fiji's right behind him with the DRS. In the meantime, in front, Cialdino overtakes Paul, but I want to see Fiji because Fiji has been a bit iffy last race. Is he going to overtake Alemán safely? Yes, he does overtake him safely. It seems like it into the final corner 27, and he does get him nicely. Alemán, though, I think he's going to have the DRS now on him, and Alemán should get an easy overtake without any ERS. He's going to get in front of Fiji very nicely into turn 1. He's back up to P7. Meanwhile, behind Brothers is trying to gain a few positions in the McLaren. Wait, he's not the full-time driver. I thought he was in the Ferrari, but thought of that. But anyways, he's trying to recover after he couldn't take the car. Well, he joined. It seems like it's before the quali start, after the session started. Brothers is now trying to overtake Riz around the outside into turn 13. Is he going to get that? Laurie gets a 3 second for a straight up corner cutting. Brothers still around the outside, hitting the wall around the outside, but he now has the inside into turn 14, and a lovely move by Brothers, and he is up to P10. Back up to the top. Cialdino is very, very close behind Yinga, but of course he has that 3 second time penalty, so, well, any of these overtakes won't be really that much beneficiary. Behind yellows, that's Laurie causing yellows. He has broken front wing as well, quite badly broken front wing. But back in front, Trent going for it on Eclipsey into the final corner, but of course on this start-finish straight there is yet another DRS, and it is a very good overtaking spot. The yellows, again, that's for Laurie. Meanwhile behind as well, Wave has overtaken Alemann and Fiji to go up to P7, but we'll stay here for now as it looked like it was going to be very close. Eclipsey going a bit slow through turn 1 and 2, but it seems like everything is fine back here. Back down the order, Wave was ghosted, and it seems like he went off track. It looked like it, but Wave is still staying in P7 in front of Alemann and Fiji. And now the cars behind of Brothers, Race, Chimp and Dome have caught up to that pack, and Dome goes very wide through turn 8, is it? Laurie has left the session, so he's straight up rage quitted, even though there is a whole 25 laps of racing still to go. Fresh as well into the pits. This is pretty much done sprint race for him. And there we go. Maybe Laurie didn't mean to leave the session. He meant to retire, but just accidentally left. we don't know. But anyways, back to the front. Lap 6 out of 9. 69, nice. Eclipsey has the DRS. Is he going to go for it on Trent, or is he going to try to go for it into turn 1? It looks like he's trying to go for it into turn 1. Well, if he's going to go for it, of course, into turn 1. Mino behind Alemann has taken Wave around the outside. He's making it. Yes, he has made it. Back up to the front. Eclipsey is going to go for it. No, it doesn't. Behind. No one's going for the overtake. But even more behind. Wave re-overtakes Alemann. And Alemann has a bit defend from Fiji and Brothers. And they're going 2-2 wide into turns 1 and 2. Alemann has to defend now from Brothers, who is trying to go on the right. Around the outside. Fiji sends a diabolical send into the turns 4 and 5. Alemann spins it. Meanwhile behind, Fiji and Brothers contact. Fiji out of the Grand Prix. Alemann in front has spun himself round. Before that he went off track. Brothers and Fiji, well, Brothers, it seems like he's taken out Fiji, or I don't know, but Fiji, well, to be fair, Fiji did send a diabolical send into turn 4, which it is a bit of an interesting place to send, but hey, I mean, I just watch this. I don't mind. This is excitement, what I want to see. And now, Shazzy is in the points in P8, since the top 8 score points. Cialdino going for it on Yingaboy for the P3, and he's overtaken him nicely. And yeah, on track is winning on P3, but of course with the penalty he's going to be down the order, down to 6 at the moment. It looks like it. Olibot doesn't have the DRS, so it is a bit easier for Cialdino to get away from Olibot, so that maybe he could gain that one position behind Chimp, going for it on Chesney, overtaking him even, well, before lap 8 for them started. Chesney has to defend from Dark, and is he gonna get him? Brothers going for well, Brothers went for a well, a scent that never existed, really. Was never gonna make it. He was never gonna make the corner yet, or the corner. He was never gonna. What I'm trying to say is that there was no space for the overtake, and if there was any space, that space was gonna disappear in an instant. So, a bit of a dumb move by Brothers, but hey, again, I'm here for the entertainment. Even though some of the entertainment is a bit dumb, but here we are. Eclipsey, at this stage of the Grand Prix, I don't think he's gonna go for it on Trent. He's gonna wait for that final lap on this straight to try and have Trent on the final lap. Trent has got very low amount of VRS. He's got 20%. Clipsy has got almost 100% behind him. Cialdino is going for it, fully going on Clipsy. Clipsy's idea might go in tatters. Going into turns 1 and 2. Cialdino side by side with Clipsy. But Clipsy just about is there. But Cialdino, is he gonna still stick it there? No, he doesn't stick it. So Cialdino tried to go for it, tried to ruin Clipsy's idea. But Clipsy's idea, thankfully, has been saved. And Cialdino going very, very wide through turns 8 and 9. And then losing a position to Yingaboy and Poole. And his, well, chances of being P5 instead of P6 are as well, well, they're done. Clipsy now, he's got almost 100%, 90% of ERS. Trent has got only 20. He's got almost no ERS on his car. He's gonna really, I don't know what does he want to do. Clipsy using all of his ERS in here already. This is a very interesting place to overtake, and he's already overtaken him before going into turn 22. Trent, he's got the DRS, he's got less ERS, but he's got the DRS, so he's somehow got the chance of overtaking Clipsy. And going on to turn 27, the final corner. Trent, Aranyat side, Clipsy on the inside. Clipsy is going to have the better line, but it seems like Trent is still in the Aranyat side, and it's going to be a photo finish to the line. Trent has the DRS, and Clipsy is going to go second. Trent wins the sprint race, somehow wins the sprint race. Clipsy, I don't know what was his idea to overtake him already so early on in the first DRS zone. That was such a unnecessary move. He could have done it in the second DRS zone, and he would have been already 4 tenths in front of Clipsy. In front of himself. In front of Trent going into turn 27, and Trent, well, he couldn't have done anything in there. But well, Clipsy did a bit of an unnecessary move, and Trent has won the race somehow. Yeah, he has won the race somehow. Clipsy in P2, and I believe Yingaboy rounds off the podium place. But yeah, I don't... Wave driver of the day. I mean, to be fair, he started like down the pack, and he's like in P7, P8. So yeah, for the sprint, deserved driver of the day. If the flipping screen is gonna load up, maybe someday. Hello, EA, maybe. Oh, okay, that was a very quick result. Very quick results there. And we already into the qualifying. Okay, so we saw the sprint results for like less than half a second, and now we are in qualifying. HRT, you are as well in HRT. I suppose because everyone is, they've barely existed. They're existing for like 2 weeks, I believe, and they're already like challenging for everything. No, this is India. Yeah. Nah, it's Saudi. Don't worry, it is Saudi. Just fucking with you. Alright, so let's just go with the owner, I guess. On the lap, Wave already retiring from the qualifying, as he has the quali ban. So yeah. Dome already retiring. Has he crashed? Okay. Very nice race director that I didn't see anything. Apparently he's just only retired, he hasn't crashed. Fiji as well, retirement. Probably invalidating To be fair, probably it's going to be invalidations, because you can very easily invalidate through the first sector. So yeah, well, yeah, it is very easy to invalidate through the first sector. It seems like Cialdino is first at the moment. Olibot is as well a contender for a very high spot. He's changing places. Jingaboy has now lost his P4, so in the sprint he was very quick on the straights. Now he isn't. Szczesny Rys retires, so that's yet another position gained for Wave. But as we go into the final corner, it seems like it's going to be Cialdino who's going to take pole. Yeah, Cialdino is going to take pole. It seems like Trent is going to grab the P2 just behind Cialdino, though. So Cialdino did get the pole position, but not by a big margin, a very small margin. And yeah, Trent in P2. Then a massive gap from Trent to Jingaboy. Clipsy has fallen somehow, like he was up there. Pole as well, down in 10th. He was up in the top 4 in the sprint with Trent, Clipsy and Cialdino. Yeah, and Jingaboy. Now he's down in 10th, 4,000 in front of Chimp. Oh, he's gonna have a lot to do in the qualifying. Alamine in P4, very good qualifying by Alamine. Clips in P5, Olibot in P6. Yeah, that was a very quick run up in the. Well, not really a run up. I only went by like 7 drivers. Basically, the top 6 and pole. Since he's a contender for the championship, like he has got a genuine chance of getting the championship. So yeah, technically there's like 7 drivers or 6 that can win, that can mathematically catch up to VisileBoar, but you know. So yeah, main race, 25 laps. Most favorite strategy is going to be medium hard or hard medium. It's probably medium hards, since the undercut on this game is super powerful. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, as we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, with the lights out very quickly, and Cialdino is away, and everyone is away in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Cialdino gets a very good start to keep his P1 into turn 1. Trent tries to go around the outside. Jingaboy is trying to go around the outside of Trent. What am I talking about? Alamine is trying to go on the inside of Trent, and Alamine is up to P3 in front of Trent. Trent, is he on hards? No, he isn't. He's down in 4th. I thought he was on the hards, but no, he's in 4th with down in 5th now. Revit almost loses it. There's 2 cars going too wide on the exit of turn 13. What is this madness? Olibot already down in 11th from 6th position, although he's on the hards. And Szczesny as well on the hards, so he's the only one. Fresh, again, trouble for Fresh, once again. And half spins it on the exit out of turn 13, but very good catch by him. Wave is going to be trying to gain a few places, but otherwise he has lost a position to Fiji and Riz. Well, overall he has lost a position. Cialdino already a 2nd in front of Jingaboy. Cialdino is cooking in these first laps of the Grand Prix. Jingaboy as well, no ERS whatsoever compared to Cialdino. Cialdino's got still 50%. Jingaboy almost less than 20. He's got less than 20 now. So Cialdino he can really pull away from Jingaboy. He's got a very good chance. Alamine, he's got a good amount of VRS on his onboard as well. Paul, very good start, very good first lap to this race, as he is up in P6 from P10. So his championship is not in that big of a danger. Of course, with these positions, Paul, Trent, Clipsy are going to be still in the championship, very easily in the championship. TLW goes very wide on the exit out of turn 11. There's as well some bit of contact or some sort of incident with Revit. I don't know who it was with, but with someone. Revit has lost 2 positions. Trent has lost 3 positions. Brothers won. Olibot 4, but he started on those hards. Szczesny already a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, but I think that's is gonna get removed. Fiji going for it for the overtake on Szczesny, and is he gonna get it? Yes, he does get it through turn 22. Of course, he's on the medium, so he's gonna try and get, well, in front of the hard compound user. Szczesny now is gonna get almost attacked by his brother, but now he's going for the attack on Fiji. And Szczesny as well maybe fancies a move. No, he doesn't. Wave fancies a move around the outside. Does he get that move? I know that there's fights in front, but I'm so intrigued in this. Szczesny gets overtaken by both Fiji and Wave, left and right, and hey, this game is not. This is not GT or whatever flipping. It's a sexual game that this could be. This is not that. This is F1. Don't even think about it. Yeah, another sex moment. What the hell is going on in this? This is why I stayed down the order, you could say. Cialdino still 1 second in front of Yingaboy. Yingaboy's got still 20% of VRS. Cialdino has got 60%, more than 60% of VRS, so he's really cooking in this race. Alemine, he's still behind Yingaboy, but he just cannot really overtake him yet. Now, maybe in this straight he will be able to overtake him. I think with just plain DRS, he's going to be able to. Yeah, he's going to be able to overtake Yingaboy easily, but he's not really overtaking Yingaboy that easily. Now he's in front of Yingaboy, behind Revit, in front of TLW going into the final corner. Behind Dome is in front of Szczesny Riz. Dome has got front wing damage on his car though, so that's suboptimal. Now these two fuckers, let's see what they will do again. Fiji and Wave. Fiji on the inside, Wave on the Arabian side. Fiji, very good move on the inside, and he is up to P12. But they are 3 seconds behind the next car in front, which is Olibot, who is fairly nicely keeping up with the top pack, which is pretty much going from P2 down to P11, where Olibot is. TLW already a 3-second time penalty on lap 4, so this is going to be a very long race for him. In terms of penalties, Brothers and Chimp almost side by side, but it seems like Brothers is still in front of Chimp. In front, Alemine is not catching up to Cialdino. Cialdino is absolutely cooking. He is trying to maximize his chances for the championship, but I think they are already gone. They could be already gone. I mean, he took the pole position. I mean, at this point, with P6 in the sprint race, I think genuinely he would need to win every single race and get pole position and fastest laps in few of those races. In the meantime, Trent is up to P2. Yingaboy has been, Alemine has been overtaken by almost two cars, and he's been overtaken by 2 cars at the moment. But can he re-overtake Trent into turn 1? Yingaboy is trying to overtake Trent into turn 1 on the outside, and he does get it fairly nicely. Wave TLW very early on into the pits. Very interestingly, does he have fronting damage? It seems like he doesn't. So just going very early, very well. This is going to be a very huge undercut, but I think it might be too risen from Yingaboy to Cialdino now to 2.2 seconds. Cialdino is absolutely flying. Does he have the fastest lap? I don't think so. No, he doesn't. Trent has got it by a long mile, by a long way, by almost 6 tenths. 7 tenths. So yeah, he's not getting that fastest lap. Dome and Szczesny is in Szczesny is in front of Dark, but Dome is still in there. Of course, Dome is suffering by a bit of understeer as he got that fronting damage. Olibot and Brothers It looked like they went side by side into turn 22, but Olibot is in front of Brothers, and now they need to catch up to Chimp, because Brothers likes to fight, so we'll see if he's gonna send it into the final corner. No, he doesn't send it just yet. Very aggressive turning in by Olibot, I saw there. And Brothers now gonna pulling out, but he's not yet there yet. Still not there, but he's very close. He's gonna try and send it. No, he doesn't. He's just trying to catch up to the cars in front. Chimp has lost the DRS. As what has happened there? Poole and Revit off track, both of them in turn 1 and 2. Revit and Brothers having a bit of contact there. I think both of them have contact, and Alemine yet again spins and resets to track. Alemine again through the same corner that he lost it in the sprint race. He's lost it again, and he's down to P11. Oh my god, he had a good rate as well at this point. He was like up there in the top 4 or 5 when he was there, but he's struggling with the rear. It seems like it is very much struggling with the rear downforce or grip overall. But he was up there in the top 5 fighting for that P2, but now he's thrown it away, probably by his own mistake, and he's down to P11. So that's pretty much Clipsy's got a penalty as well at 3 seconds, interestingly. So both McLarens have got penalties, but yeah, Poole and Revit, both of them, they were just off track going into turns 1 and 2. So I'm very interested what has happened there. But for Poole and his championship, I mean, he can get P5 at the moment. It looks like he's gonna get P5, but the race is still long. It's fighting with Chimp, but it looks like they're just DRS swapping. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, well, with Clipsy's penalty, it's gonna be a 4th, but then how the race is gonna go on, then he might actually lose the sight of that 3-second time penalty to Clipsy. So he might be actually 5th, which, I mean, still, he would be in the championship fight, yes, but at this point in the championship, he needs to gain as many points as possible, so that for the final races, the less races, then he doesn't need to be as high, because if he would win this race, then he wouldn't need to be as high for the other races. But if he's going to be down in 5th, for example, then he would need. I mean, he still would need a win, I think. But I mean, still, he would need to, like, for the final 2 races, he would really need to get like top 3s pretty much every single race. As Advanced Chimp is very close behind Poole. Olibot is as well very close behind. They're almost going 3 wide. Olibot is trying to find his way around Poole. He's going to try and go around the outside of the final corner. He's still got those hards, which aren't really that good at this point compared to mediums. But he's trying to go for it for a double overtake on Chimp and Poole. They're going 3 wide on the main straight. And Olibot is in front of both Poole and Chimp going into turns 1 and 2. Poole's getting a bit of a switcheroo, but it doesn't seem like it to getting that. So Olibot is up into P5. Alemine has pitted for the hard compound tire. In front, nothing that much happening. By the way, Clipsy is safe from the cars behind with his 3-second time penalty. No, that's Chimp. For a second, I thought that was Clipsy, but no, he's still safe. So at the moment, he would keep his P4. Dome, I think it's another 3-second time penalty actually. No, that is his first. Chesney has 6 seconds. But yeah, behind Clipsy, 3.7 seconds. It is Olibot, and behind there is 5 cars fighting for P5. Of course, only 3 of them are actually fighting for it on. Well, 5 of them are fighting for on track, but 3 of them would be fighting for the actual P5 after crossing the line. But of course, the race is still long. In the meantime, in front, Trent has overtaken Younger Boy for P2. But now is we're gonna try and overtake Trent to go back up to P1. It doesn't seem like it. No, he's not going for it. In the meantime, behind, Pole's going very early on as well, going for the undercuts, trying to catch up to the leaders. Going for the hards, of course. Where is he going to rejoin? That is going to be very important, as he doesn't want any sort of traffic. As you saw in the background, there's a four-way battle for that P10. At the moment, it is a points-paying position, but of course, after they will pit, then it's not going to be a points-paying position anymore. Dome and Szczesny is going side-by-side into turn 4. They're still side-by-side. Szczesny race off the track, but it's pretty much expected through there. Fresh tried to find a space there, but for finding space here, it's very, very difficult, as Riz gets a 3-second time penalty on the exit out of turn 9. So yeah, he's got, well, not another, he's got his first 3 seconds, and Fresh trying to send it down inside into turn 13. Very good move, clean move, and up to P11. And now his next target is going to be Dome. He's trying to recover after his disaster that was his first lap, trying to get few points for Ferrari. Back up, down, up in front here, because we've gone from fighting for P10 up to fighting for P5. So yeah, still, actually no, it's 4 drivers now, but since of course Poole has pitted, Chimp, that was a very bad final corner. Is anyone gonna pit? It seems like Chimp and Brothers are pitting. Brothers is hitting Chimp. So probably Brothers did not expect Chimp to go that slow, but yeah, Youngboy in the pits clips Brothers getting caught up by the double stack, and he loses a position to Revit. It looked like he was in front, but in the end, I guess the game decided to promote Revit to be in front of Brothers, and they rejoin in front. There was a bit of contact between Fiji and Brothers on the exit. I failed to see that, so I can't really tell. Well, of course I can tell a little bit what happened. Brothers trying to exit out of the pits, or was it Revit? And Fiji just hit one of them. But anyways, I can't really tell anything. But Fiji is back down behind TOW. Alemanni getting at the 3-second time penalty. They are behind Poole, so technically his undercut has worked to be in front of them, but he did not lose the DRS that he wanted to them. Yellows behind, that is Alemanni spinning. I think that is damages. No, it didn't. It did not damage his front wing. Poole in front of Szczesny, so he's up to P10. Chimp now is gonna have the DRS for on Szczesny, so he's gonna catch up to Poole a bit. Although Poole has the DRS on his teammate Szczesny Riz, which is very important for Poole. In the meantime, behind, Cialdino has gone into the pits, as well as Trent has gone into the pits, so Cialdino will not get that Grand Slam. Of course, he did not have it in the first place, since he did not have the fastest lap, but you get it. Still could have led every single lap of the Grand Prix. Now, the only drivers who haven't pitted at the moment are Olibot, Wave, Fresh, both Szczesny's, Dome, who has now pitted, and Laurie, who, well, he's an AI, so yeah. But yeah, those are the only drivers who haven't pitted. TOW gets another 3-second time penalty. He's really collecting those penalties. But yeah, Cialdino still over 4 seconds in front of Clipsy, so I feel like that gap has risen from like 3 seconds up to now 4 seconds. 4.3, as Alemanni yet another spin in the place yet again where he spun like 3 times. This is 3rd time, and he has damaged his front wing pretty badly. So that's his pretty much race done. Although we're still somehow on lap 11. I thought we'd be like on lap 16, but no, we're on lap 11. Trent overtaking Fresh. Of course, this is very important for Trent. Although now Fresh might have the DRS actually. Yeah, Fresh has the DRS, so Trent might be actually in danger of actually Fresh overtaking him. But it looks like Fresh doesn't overtake him, but Trent has to go for the defensive just in case. Now again, Fresh goes into the pits, so he won't overtake him, what I thought. Clipsy going for the overtake on Yingaboy into turn 1 down inside, and he is up to P4. What I've seen is that Trent has lost the DRS to Clipsy and Yingaboy. That one time undercut in the pits for TRW. It was very powerful for them, very beneficial, and at the moment these two are fighting for P2, net P2, since Wave and Olibot still are yet to pit. I think Wave is praying for a safety car. Of course, Olibot still can't really pit at this stage in his tires. The same with Chesney. Riz might be praying as well a bit for a safety car, although to be fair, he would not be gaining anything. And yeah, others. Oh yeah, there's still only Ollie, Wave, really counting Laurie since he's in AI. But you get me. And the gap between Clipsy and Cialdino is still 4.4 to 3 seconds. Seeing away very, very close behind Clipsy, it looked like there. And meanwhile, behind Revit is in front of Chimp, going into the final corner. Yingaboy was ex-Clipsy, but that's a DRS overtake. Now it's more interesting down in here. Chimp has no ERS. Bradders has no ERS as well, but has got the slipstream Chimp. Bit of a late overtake there. Overtake move on the straight. Now Bradders are running outside Chimp. A bit of contact between them. Bradders now is going to be in front of Chimp. So some Chimp is going to say that was a push to pass, or push to pass or something in that region. But Bradders was there side by side with him. Well, that is going to be, of course, Bradders' side. I'm not really here to really say out of my memory, because it's not really right to say out of your memory. You would need to see the footage again and again, and both of the POVs, which I had the POV of no one's. That was the outside cameras. But it looks like a bit of wide. He's getting a 3-second time penalty. He's got to get the DRS, but a bit of a interesting 3-second DRS and a VSC. As for 1 second, I looked at the phone, and there is a VSC on track. I don't know why though. Fresh maybe something? No, Dome maybe. I mean, he's got this. What? Well, this is benefiting Ollie and Wave, since they won't be losing that much time behind the VSC compared to normal racing conditions. It seems like Alemine was the guy. It seems like now he's fully binned it, but there's no full safety car. It seems like it. No, there is actually. There's a full safety car. It says VSC at the moment, but it is a full safety car here in Jeddah. Now, Cialdino's dominant race. It looked like a very dominant race, an easy race to finish. The only issue was going to be a bit worry about the fuel, but now he's going to have to worry about something else. And that is going to be Yengaboy and pretty much everyone else. Olibot is in a prime position to finish in a great position. He's in 6th with fresh mediums. He's got the pace. He has decent pace. Well, decent. He has got great pace for this grid. So, with few lap younger mediums, I think he can get a very nice podium. In Jeddah. In here. Chesney and Fiji could be as well thinking about something with their fresh Charlie. Okay. Meanwhile, behind Pole's pits. Well, Lovely. Brothers pitted and Chimp has pitted. Wave as well pits. I mean, these are very interesting times to pit. I mean, to be fair, no, they're gonna lose. I mean, if they don't lose a position to Chesney, then they don't lose the. If Poole is not gonna lose it, Brothers could lose it. He has lost it. He has lost it. He did lose it. And Brothers gets a 10-second for severe collision with Chesney. Chesney couldn't really do anything about it, but yeah, there it is. Brothers has lost a position in there. So for Poole, this is great news. This is absolutely fantastic in both ways, because in front, drivers besides Ollie are on older hards, and behind, Brothers and everyone else who has pitted for mediums, they are being held. They're gonna get held up by Chesney in the first laps. So yeah, this is great for Poole. I thought that this was a bit of a dumb decision. Yeah, we know. But yeah, okay. You don't have to say 3 times that you're gonna get removed and you don't deserve it. Like, okay. I mean, it is pretty obvious that you're gonna get removed. Since, well, you couldn't do really much there, of course. But yeah, this is 3. Well, now you said 4 times, technically. Since now you're denying that you said it to, and take whatever. But yeah, Cialdino's race could be 10 seconds for Dome. Probably that is gonna get removed. But yeah, Cialdino's race could be in slight danger after the first half of the race. For the first half of the race, he was absolutely dominating. The second half of the race, it's gonna be a bit interesting for Cialdino to defend that first position. Of course, he's got a younger boy who isn't that, like, compared to, or what I've seen, Cialdino, he was cooking. But with this safety car, I think Cialdino, I doubt that Cialdino can recreate what he did in the on lap 1, since Yingaway was fighting with Trent on lap 1 through the first 2 corners. That's why Yingaway lost so much time on Cialdino, and then after that Cialdino was just his pace up front was just so good that he just pulled away from Yingaway a little bit lap after lap, but he did manage to open up the gap up to over 4 seconds. But now it's gonna get a little bit spicy in here for the race win. 9 laps to go. It is gonna be, well, technically now it is 9 laps to go. Well, no, actually, no, it actually not. It's 10 laps to go now. It's gonna be 9 laps as we're gonna cross the line. I think the safety car is gonna be in. Safety car is in. A very late call by the race control. And so we are going to be back at green flag racing. Cialdino doesn't have that much time to really prepare up his start. Cialdino, when is he going to go? When is he going to pull the trigger? He's still weaving, and now he's going, now he's pulled the trigger. Yingaway did not get surprised by that. Yingaway is right behind him, green flag racing right now. Cialdino still up front at the moment. Chimp and Brothers, Chimp in front of Brothers at the moment, but of course everyone is going to be almost going side by side with almost everyone. Behind Chimp going, dropping down places, he's down to P15 from like P9. What has happened with them? Maybe contact with Brothers. Revit's out of the Grand Prix as his retired car was stuck in the middle of the corner. Both Red Bulls out of the Grand Prix. Revit does the very easy mistake that it is to do, which was just to hit that inside wall through turn 4, and his tire just gone, his suspension gone, and he is out of the Grand Prix. We are left with 14 drivers and with 1 AI in this Grand Prix. Chaldinho has pulled away a little bit from Yengaboy, but of course not the same way like he did on lap 1 of this race. Well, the car that was between Olibot and Poole with Hart is now gone. So everyone behind Revit got a very easy position. Olibot is trying to go for it on Trent already on this lap, on lap 17 out of 25. Iron outside of turn 27, final corner. He's got the better mediums. Side by side with Trent, but I think he's gonna be able to be in front of Trent, and yes, he does. He is in front of Trent, and he's up to P4. Now in front of him is Clips. He's got 3 seconds, of course, but Ollie has got the better mediums compared to Trent's hards, as he is getting overtaken as well by Poole. So Poole is up to P5, Trent down to P6. Trent is gonna have to do just damage limitation in this race. Of course, many drivers behind have got penalties. Brothers is going to get that 10-second off, but he's still got 6 seconds of penalties that are still going to still going to be counted for. Chaldinho is trying to get away from Yengaboy. This would be an ideal thing to do for Chaldinho. Fresh 3-second time penalty. Yengaboy 9/10. Yengaboy, of course, needs that DRS to keep up with Chaldinho and not getting overtaken that easily by the medium riders behind. Chaldinho made a little bit of a mistake, and Yengaboy has got the DRS on this straight. So now Yengaboy is going to be able to easily catch up to Chaldinho just with the DRS. Of course, he won't be able to really save his DRS on the straight that much by going on to none as Fiji goes up to P9, overtaking Chesney. As behind, Ollie's trying to overtake Clipsy, and he just passes him like hot knife through butter on the straight, and he's up to P3 behind as well. Many overtakes, but I can't really focus that much behind. As in front, Ollie is trying to go for it for his first win of HOR, and in his first Tier 1 race as well, and I think just overall his first race here in HOR ever for him, and he will be already winning his first Grand Prix, which will be absolutely insane for him. Of course, a little bit of luck included here, but honestly, for him, it does not matter. He doesn't care that it will be by luck. Win is a win, unless, I don't know, you take out the other drivers, so then it's not really a win as a win. It's really a win is a cry. Crying for a win, I guess. Eclipse, oi! Poole and Eclipse, a bit of contact on the exit of turn 13, and Pole's got damage. And his race is pretty much done for at the moment. Chaldinho is trying to keep up his championship hopes alive, the same with Yengaboy, but I think at this rate, I think they're going to be both out of the championship, because Olibot is absolutely flying behind. He's got the DRS now on Yengaboy, and he's got plenty of ERS. He's burning the DRS now because he's got so much of it, and he's up into P2, and the only driver in front of him is Chaldinho, but there's a late safety car because of Dome probably damaging his front wing, and now what to do? Stay out? Chaldinho pits into the pits. Some people pit, some people don't the first 10 seconds, but Chaldinho isn't gonna lose that many places. Seems like it. Fresh has retired, but yeah, he's not gonna lose that many places. Laurie is gonna stay out, but that's his AI, which will be very crucial for Chaldinho to be in front of, and he is gonna be in front of. So now the tables have turned. What is going on in the second half of the Grand Prix? Olibot was the one. I mean, Olibot had everything on the table. He had it, but now the tables have turned from Olibot being the catcher to the rest of the pack in front. Now Olibot is in the pack, which are gonna get chased by all the soft runners behind. And Yengaboy as well is in front of Laurie, who is an AI, so very good news for him. Poole, very good news for him, because I think he stayed with that broken front wing. Yes, he has stayed with that broken front wing, so it's not going to be as bad. Of course, everyone, literally everyone, has got penalties. 3 seconds, 6, 9, 15 seconds of penalties. So, yeah, for Poole, even if he's going to lose positions to the cars behind, I don't think he's going to lose that many after all these penalties. P7 is going to be the P6 is going to be the best that he's going to hope for, of course. Let me just drink a bit. Hydration is key. Of course, I'm just drinking grape apple juice. But yeah. Oh la la! This first half of the race, a normal race, just nothing too crazy. I mean, of course, battles going around and all that, but you know, a standard race. Overtakes here and there, normal for this track as well. Second half of the race, what is going on? This is a completely different level of chaos. I mean, it depends on how you're saying, like, dumber, because there are different ways to be dumb with this. But yeah, first safety car, it's benefited Ollie. Yeah, I know. I mean, I said that he got like 6 seconds, or that I mentioned that some people have 6 seconds, which at the moment it will be only brothers. So yes, I am aware. No. But yeah, from the first safety car, it was Ollie and the rest of the pack behind, besides Revit, who were on the fresh mediums and were gonna try and catch the cars in front, which were at that time Chaldinho, Yengaboy, Trent, I believe, and someone else, Clipsy as well. They were all trying to catch him, to catch them, those 5 drivers. But now that, again, I'll say this, the tables have turned around, and from Olibot trying to win his first Grand Prix, which was, to be fair, served on a table, but that table got snapped in half by Dome, and it has sent everyone in chaos, and the 3 cars in front of Chaldinho will be very crucial, or the 2 cars in front of Chaldinho will be very crucial to get in front, to then reveal the car that he's going to try and chase, the main driver that he's going to try and chase, and that is Ollie. From this is really mad. The tables have turned around, and I'm saying this many times, but it has. Olibot already going on the exit of turn 27. Of course, Chaldinho won't be able to really go for the overtake, but he's 5/10s already behind Wave, so he's not really that's even close to go for it into turn 1. Behind Laurie as well with his AI. Well, of course he has slept because that's AI. Ollie, Poole trying to defend his P6 at the moment. He's still on the inside, and yes, he's going to be on the inside or in front of Poole, and Wave does him. Oh my god, how many I mean this is going to be the last safety car, but okay, so we have literally restarted from a safety car, and immediately the same lap we've got the safety car back. Oh my god, this race just cannot get more chaotic from here. Literally, this is the last safety car, because literally after this the safety car cannot be out. This is what I've been waiting for in this Grand Prix. This is what Jeddah is. Absolute bloody chaos. And we've got it served literally by a 5-star chef. Heck no, not even 5-star, 3-star Michelin chef. So yeah, yeah, I expected. To be fair, it's not as bad. It's just people crashing into turn 4 wall. It's not that bad. It's not that like there's many drivers creating terrorism. It's just drivers making mistakes, which at the moment Wave crashed into turn 4, Revit crashed into turn 4 wall. Revit did not cause a safety car, but Wave did. Dome caused a safety car by his own mistake. The first safety car, I still don't know who caused the first safety car, for crying out loud. I still do not know who caused this, who caused the first safety car. I mean, Alamine. It could have been Alamine because then he retired. Like he crashed out on the racing track. So on the track, so like physically crashed into a wall and not just by press of a button. So you'll be banned from the chat. Stop. All right, who is running that House of Racing account? Who is it? I'm not. I'm not on my laptop. On my phone, I'm not on HOR. Who is running that account? Reveal yourself. Reveal. Come on. Okay, so 2 final laps, and this is going to be like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen 2021, but it is in Jeddah and not in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be absolute madness. Safety car is going to be in this lap, since it literally cannot go for another lap. Safety car's not in yet. Now it is in. So, again, the pressure is even higher for Cialdino and Ollie and Clipsy. Clipsy is gonna be shitting his pants in these 2 final laps. He's got 13 lap-old hards compared to drivers behind who's got 3 lap-old softs. This is absolutely insane for Clipsy. He's shitting his pants. He is shitting himself at the moment. But Ollie, yet another time, he needs to restart. He needs to do a great restart, the same way like he did last lap. Cialdino tried to predict it a bit there, a bit of Clipsy going side by side with Ollie. That is a bit interesting by Clipsy. And now we go yet again, the final time. We are back at racing, racing, and Cialdino gets a very much better restart, but he hits Ollie in the back, but it seems like Ollie is still driving, but Cialdino has bottled it. Cialdino bottled it in turn 1 in the penultimate lap. He's dropped down to P5, Poole up into P4. His championship chances are back in here, and Yingaboy's chances of getting his first win of the season are back, because Poole is still driving with that broken front wing. Cialdino behind is going to try and overtake Poole. Yingaboy in front. Driver Clipsy, 14 lap-old hards. Another driver by the name of Olibot, 10 lap-old mediums. Yingaboy needs to really reveal his Season 3 back. He needs to rewind himself back to Season 3 when he took his first championship, and as well last season, first half of Season 7. He needs to really get himself back in here. He's right behind Clipsy, but on this part of the straight he cannot really do it. Next straight upcoming, which we are literally on it now, he needs to do it. Cialdino already behind, has overtaken Poole, but he's still side by side. Yingaboy needs to overtake Clipsy right now, because behind Cialdino and Poole are going for it. Mainly Cialdino Aranyat's side. He's going for it. Aranyat's side. He's still there. Cialdino is trying to get his P3 back, but they're still side by side. Cialdino doesn't have that much ERS. Clipsy neither. Yingaboy still got it. as we go to the final lap. 3 wide into turn 1, and there's contact between Clipsy and Cialdino. Clipsy off the track, 3-second time penalty for him for cutting, and there goes Cialdino and Yenga Boy into the walls. Their race are done for. They are out of the points at the moment as we speak. Of course, they are in the in contention for flipping P4 and 5 because everyone in front of them have got penalties. So even one of them could get a goddamn podium in here at the moment. Olibot dropping down to P4. Clipsy has a penalty. Poole has a penalty. What is going on, Poole? I'm trying to really understand what is going on, but at the moment, Yengaboy and Cialdino could, mainly Yengaboy, could go still for the P2 in this Grand Prix somehow from P11. Olibot from P4. He can win this since everyone in front has got penalties. Clipsy, 6 seconds of penalties. Fiji has a moment in P3. What is happening in here? What is going on? Poole could go for a win on track, but of course Olibot is gonna win it unless he gets a penalty, which is literally impossible in this part of this track. In this sector 3, Poole is in front of Clipsy. He is going for it around the outside, and it looks like he's gonna get it on the line. But it is going to be Ollie who is going to get his first win of HOR, his first race as well in HOR, wins the crazy Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yenga Boy from P11, he finished in P11. He was going to try and get P2, but after all these penalties, he's finished in P2. Driver of the day, Fiji. To be fair, I do not understand who gets it. I mean, almost everyone could get it, could get that win. I'm still trying to process what the hell was happening on that final lap. Cialdino and Poole, like, I think there needs to be real highlights from this Grand Prix, and really the final 2 laps, and these really 2 final laps would need to go on a TikTok. This is really like TikTok worthy moment, because what the hell has happened here is absolutely mad. Olibot winning on his debut, and as well scoring max, like the most amount of points in this session. Yeah. Poole from P10 to P3, Fiji from P17 up to P4. What? Chesney Riz from P16 up to P6. Shit, P7. Cialdino, who was really dominating the whole Grand Prix, and he had the race on the plate. He bottled it going into turn 1 on the penultimate lap, and then he regained, and then he was back, but then he again turns 1 and 2 the next lap. Collision with Yengaboy and Cialdino, both in a wall, both damaged front wings. Yengaboy somehow penalties besides Olibot. Literally only Olibot, Cialdino and Yengaboy did not have penalties technically as well. Lowry did not have, but who cares about an AI. So oh la la, that was a race. That was a very, very good race. A little bit more than a good race. Yeah, a little bit more than a good race, in my opinion. So, yeah. Oh la 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 la. Of course, we will try to process this. I mean, what the hell was going on those 2 final laps? I mean, Olibot on his debut, winning his first race in HOR. That is already mad enough. Then Fiji from P17 up into P4. Yengaboy Cialdino contact on the final lap. All these safety cars. The first half of the race, I said it was calm, a calm race. After the first safety car, shit went loose, and it's a bit of an understatement. Shit went loose. The fucking hell went wild out there. It was literally It was literally out of control. Literally, someone said, "Okay, kids," to 20 or 9, or at that point it was 13, to 13 7-year-olds. Of course, I'm not saying that everyone on that particular moment was driving like a 7-year-old. Just a bit of an example. Mom says, "Hey, kids, 13 kids, we are going out there on to a bar. The house is yours. Do whatever you want. We will be back on like 2 a.m." So yeah, and you would expect from 13 7-year-olds that the shit is gonna get a bit loose, unless those 7-year-olds are very chill. But like I said, this is more of a bit of an example, not saying that everyone out there that race on that second and third safety cars, that all of them were 7-year-olds. That was just a bit of an example, okay? Don't get mad. Don't cancel me. Don't whatever. It was purely an example. Okay, so hey, yeah, it's gonna be a bit impossible to count the points, but I think we can confidently say Cialdino is out of the championship. So Poole is gonna get closer, a lot closer to VisileBoar. Trent, Clipsy are gonna get closer. Alex, no racing, so he's out. Yenga Boy, P2, I think he is still gonna be in. Actually, 20. He needed 22 points, or well, technically at least 20 points. P2 at the moment, so I think he's still gonna be in the championship fight, but it is gonna be very close. Of course, then the after race penalties and penalty removals even are gonna affect this, so we will not truly know who is gonna be where and with how many points behind. There's some sort of rumors that as well Poole could get his 3 seconds off, so there could be a race win for Poole and Ollie selling for P2, Yingwei P3, so that would mean probably Yingwei would be out of the championship as well. That would mean that Poole is going to catch up to VisileBoar quite a lot, and that was the race that he needed. But the championship standings and points will not be known confidently until next week. Well, of course, not really next week. It's going to be like Sunday, really. Monday when the championship standings are going to be in. But of course, I'm going to be streaming next week. Of course, I'm not going to be streaming midweek just for something. But anyways, next week is Abu Dhabi, the track that most of the times, in real life hosts the final race of the seasons. Some of them were boring. Some of them were, interesting. Very interesting. Definitely not controversial. Definitely not speaking about Abu Dhabi 2021. Nothing happened. Just regular ending to a race. Just a guy on the softs caught up to a guy on the hards on the final lap, overtaken into turn 5. Lobbed it down inside. But yeah, next week is Abu Dhabi, a race that should be very interesting as well, since it has very good amount of places for overtaking. For example, turn 5, like I said, then turn 6, and then turn 9. Maybe someone could as well lob it down inside into turn 12, since it would be a very good overtaking spot, but it's just a bit tight and you're going to lose a lot of time through that third sector. So it's not really that easy for an overtake per place. But anyways, next week is Abu Dhabi. No sprints for these 2 final races, which is very nice. And see you next week in Yas Marina. Ciao.